Hello, and welcome to Skatetime School Programs. Thanks for inviting us to your school. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to get our program up and running. Let's start by taking a look at how we set our cabinets up in your gym. We're here just to let you know how we're going to set the skates up in your gym when we come to your school. We'll wheel them right into your gymnasium. We'll find a spot along a wall. This is how we set these up. We always start on the left-hand side, and this would be the smallest sizes on the left here. As you get larger, you go to your right. These are all 6s. They get larger as you go move left to right. We have 7s here. Now as we move to the next cabinet, we have 7s and 8s, and it'll move on, so on, all the way down. That's how we bring the skates out. We find a wall that's out of the way, and we set up your cabinet so you're ready to start when we start doing the instruction program. In the last cabinet, we provide a toolbox that contains some useful items that may be helpful when doing our program. We have disinfectant spray, we have extra laces, and we also have some Allen wrenches to help tighten the wheels on the skates or the brake. Now let's take a look at the protective gear that we have available. We provide wrist guards, elbow pads, knee pads, and helmets. All of this protective gear is available at your request. Okay, now that we've covered the background information, it's time to put our skates on. When getting your skates on, lace them all the way up to the top, to the very top hooks, and then once those are hooked on there, you can go ahead and tie your skate. Also at the top of the skate, you'll find a buckle. This will tighten the ankle support. You can adjust this by this button right here. You can push it in to pull the strap out, or you can push it back in to get it tighter. Once you do that, connect it to the other side of the buckle, and then simply flip it over and it'll snap shut. You want to make sure that they're comfortable, but yet snug enough for good ankle support. Now let's go back to the gym and see what a Skatetime School program actually looks like. My name is Mr. Goodmanson with Skatetime, and I brought the skates out for you today. Now the way it'll be set up, when you come up here, you have your shoes with you. You're going to walk up here with your shoes, find the pair of skates you need. Now this is just like before. All the skates are labeled on the back. Okay? These are, for example, these are size 9. There's a size 9 in the back here. You just take your skates out of the cabinet, and then you're going to put your shoes right in the cabinet, right where you took your skates out of. Once you get your skates, you're going to come right back here and grab 2 wrist guards. Okay? Grab 2 of these, and then you're going to go sit on your line. Do not grab on anyone else if you think you're going to fall. A lot of times that's our first reaction. We want to hold on to something or grab onto someone else. If you grab onto someone else where you're falling, they'll probably come right down with you. That's when someone can end up getting hurt. Make sure you keep your hands to yourself. What you can do, if you think you're going to fall, the best thing to do is to bend your knees and get low to the floor. Okay? Because if you bend those knees, get low to the floor like this, now you don't have very far to fall. You're nice and close to the ground or to the floor. If you're standing up here and your feet start to roll out on you or you start to lose your balance, you fall from a standing position, it's kind of a long way down there. You want to get low to the floor as soon as possible. As soon as you get low to the floor, you can just let yourself go down from there. Try to fall on your backside, and then try not to put your hands out there to brace your fall either. That's where you could hurt some wrist. After you fall, get back up as soon as you can. There'll be a lot of people skating in here. You need to get back up and keep moving as soon as possible. Now when you stand, first of all, the incorrect way. Don't push yourself up from behind. There's nothing to push off with your feet in front of you. Push your fingers back here. Someone can roll by it, run over your fingers. The correct way to stand looks like this. You're just going to start by leaning to one side, bend your knees, and then roll up on the 2 knees from there. Once you're on 2 knees, then you're ready to go. You're ready to continue from here. Just pick one knee off the floor. You can use this knee as a little shelf to push off of, and then along with your back foot to push off of. So you put both hands on this knee, and then just go ahead and push yourself up. Once you're standing, then I'm going to have you get in what we call the T position. It looks like this. The heel of one foot tucked to the inside of your other foot. This locks your feet together, allows you to stand still. So whenever I stop you today, once I get in the T position, this is what you should look like, just like this. The key thing for forward skating, you have to have your toes pointed out at an angle. Okay? Once your toes are out at an angle, then you can start taking small steps. That's what's going to move you forward. You don't want to have your feet with your toes pointed out in front of you like you normally walk in your shoes. You try to start skating like that, you're just going to spin your wheels. You're not going to get too far. Okay, make sure you point those toes out. Start by taking nice small steps. That's what's going to move you forward. I want to make sure everyone knows how to stop. We're going to have two ways of stopping. Most of you are probably used to stopping with your back brake, just leaning on the heel and stopping like that. The other stop I want to make sure everyone at least tries is what we call the T-stop. And that is dragging your back foot sideways on the floor. What it is very similar to the T position. You're just spreading your feet apart, and then you're bending your front knee, dragging that back foot sideways on the floor. This is what it looks like. Skating forward, you're going to bend your knees to start out with, pick a foot off the floor, set it behind you, and pull yourself to a stop. Okay, that's the T-stop. Now the second way, as far as the heel stop with our back brake. Okay, what you can do, skating forward, you're going to let your one foot roll forward first, and then apply the brake on the back. You just kind of lean on the back of the brake, and that'll stop you also. We're going to practice this now. When I say go, here's what I want you to do. Both lines, you will stand up the correct way like I showed you, getting up to two knees, one knee at a time. And then, once you're standing, I want to have everyone show me your T position. Here's what we're going to do next. When I say go, you will skate forward over here to the second set of cones. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to skate in a circle. We're going to go around the gym, start out going counterclockwise. We'll put some music on. You'll be skating to some music. If you hear the music stop, I want you to do a T-stop or a heel stop. Get in the T position and wait for further directions from there. Take it nice and slow. Stay under control. Everyone start skating that direction. We're going to add something to our forward skating. I've seen some of you doing this already, which is great. Now, we're going to just have these guys demonstrate for us quickly. They're going to go in a circle. They're going to start out going that way, guys. Go around the gym that way, or just in the center circle right here. In the center, right here. Make a small circle. Yep. Now, guys, if everyone watches their feet, what they're doing right now is crossovers. They're bringing their outside foot, crossing it over inside foot, or in this case, it's their left foot crossing over right foot. Now, if you guys change direction and go the other way for us, please. Now they're going to go the other direction. It's still going to be their outside foot crossing over inside foot, but now it's just their right foot crossing over left foot. That's what you can do on corners now to keep up your speed and skate at the same time you're turning. Next thing we're going to do is some backward skating. The key thing to remember for backward skating is what you do with your feet. Remember forward skating, you had to have your toes pointed out. Now backward skating, you're going to point your toes in. Okay, keep your toes pointed in. Again, if they're straight out in front of you and your toes are pointing straight ahead, you're not going to get any, you're just going to spin your wheels, you're not going to get too far. Okay, what you want to do, point those toes in, keep your feet close together, start by taking nice small steps. That's what's going to move you backwards. Keep those toes pointed in each step you take. Whenever you're moving backwards, always look over your shoulder, watch where you're going. Okay, that's just, again, be aware of what's around you at all the times, whether it's the skaters, other people around you, or objects on the floor. So just be aware of where you're skating. Also with backward skating, a lot of times people have a tendency to get real, if they haven't skated very much before, they have a tendency to get real stiff. Their legs and arms get real tight. Make sure you just try to relax. Loosen up a little bit. Slightly bend your knees. That's going to allow you just to move backwards a lot easier, move your body easier. Another thing, try not to lean forward. A lot of times people watch their toes, they start leaning forward, but then pretty soon they end up falling forward on their skates. Make sure you keep your upper body straight up from your hips. Okay? So again, bend your knees, take nice small steps. That's going to move you backwards. Keep those toes close together and your feet close together. Now we're going to add to another skill onto your backward skating. It's backwards crossovers. Kind of the same idea of what we've done in the past or with forward skating. It's picking your outside foot, crossing over your inside foot. Okay, and that's your forward crossovers crossing over. Now as far as backward skating, you're going to do kind of the same thing. and what you're doing is you're using your outside foot and you're crossing it in front of your other foot, okay? The other thing it's similar to is if you keep it similar to a lot of times we've done the grapevine, just side to stepping like this. It's the same thing, just stepping at an angle, and then you're doing backwards crossovers, okay? Same thing, if you go in the other direction, then it's just going to be backwards crossovers doing this, right and left. The next thing I want you to know is the mohawk turn, which allows you to go from forward skating to backward skating without stopping. The key thing is, now there's a couple ways you can do it. A lot of times, and I've seen some of you doing this already, this is called, this is basically just a quick turn. And it could just be done like this. You're skating forward and just do a quick little turn from forward skating to backward skating. Now, the other option is, if you want to make it more technical, what you do is skate on 2 feet. You're going to pick 1 foot off the floor, balance on your 1 foot, turn your hips, and then rotate your wheels, or your transfer from one foot to the other foot, and then you're going to be going backwards. And you can do that same thing. I'll show you again. It'll look like you're going forward skating. Pick a foot off the floor, rotate your hips, transfer your weight to the other foot. Then you go from backward to forward, same thing. Pick up the other foot, transfer your weight, and now you're going forward. That's the full mohawk turn.
Not only is inline skating a fun individual sport, it's also a great team sport. Here's some samples of games that you can try with your class. Games are a great way to get the kids' minds off of their skating and on the game. It's also a great way to improve balance and coordination. Also, feel free to adapt these activities or even make up your own games.
Go!
Inline skating is an activity you can enjoy for a lifetime. Thanks again for inviting us to your school, and we hope you and your students enjoy skating with Skatetime school programs.